Snapshot 24w18a is here, kicking off the development cycle for Minecraft 1.21 with quite a content drop. And the update now has a name: Tricky Trials. My name is Slime and this is a video showing you all the changes. Let's start with paintings. This version adds 20 new paintings, including 5 from Mojang artist Sarah Boving. Unpacked is a 4x4 painting based on the pack.png of seed hunting community fame. Humble pictures 2 villagers in front of a house in a 2x2 format, a parody of the American Gothic painting. Baroque is another 2x2 painting picturing a decorated pot, a cake, and a sunflower. Prairie Horse is a 1x2 painting, a parody of a painting called The Cowboy. And Meditative pictures the now removed rose in a nod towards Salvador Dali's Meditative Rose painting. The remaining 15 paintings added just in time for Minecraft's 15-year anniversary are made by Kristoffer Zetterstrand, who also painted the original paintings for the game. Many of these paintings are 3x3 and a couple are 3x4, formats which previously did not exist in the game. Let's start with the 3x3s. End Boss is based on a painting called Consider It, a skeleton in a brick archway. Tides is a person sitting by the sea, based on the painting Oh, the Sea. Fern is a fern on a desk. Sunflowers are some potted plants on a table. Cotan pictures a golden apple on a string and a glistening melon slice, based on a painting by Juan Sanches Cotan. Owl Lemons features an owl in a box next to some lemons, based on the painting Lemons and Owl. Cave Bird shows a cave in a cliff with a bird flying overhead. And Bouquet shows a flower bouquet next to a stairway with a person sitting beside it. Let's move to the 2 3x4 paintings. Backyard is based on The Backyard, showing a brick archway with 2 women sitting in the yard. And Pond is based on Death and the Maiden, picturing a maiden and a skeleton in a pond. 4 of the new paintings are 4 blocks wide and 2 blocks tall. Passage is based on a painting called The Passage, showing a skeleton of a man and a large animal in a wooden passageway. Changing is from the Change of a Set painting, showing a person changing clothes in front of some set pieces. Finding is based on The Find, showing a man digging for something. And Low Mist is based on the painting with the same name, showing an inside-out look of mountaintops. And finally, a 4x4 painting called Orb is based on The Orb, showing an orb of light in the dark forest. This snapshot also adds new music for the Tricky Trials update. The music was composed by 3 returning composers, Lena Rain, Kumi Tanioka, and Aaron Cherov, and include 9 new background tracks and 3 new music discs. The discs are Precipice by Aaron Cherov, which can be found with a rare chance in standard vaults and has a comparator output of 13. Creator by Lena Rain has a comparator output of 12 and can be found with a rare chance in Ominous Vault. And a music box version of Creator can be found with a rare chance inside the decorated pots of trial chambers, and has a comparator output of 11. The background music tracks are Featherfall by Aaron Cherov, which plays in Badlands, Cherry Groves, Flower Forests, and Lush Caves, as well as being in the main rotation that can play in biomes without biome-specific music. Deeper by Lena Rain plays in the Deep Dark and in Drepstone Caves. Two new songs by Lena Rain have been added that play in Dripstone Caves, Groves, Jagged Peaks, and Stony Peaks. Eld Unknown and Endless. Poco Poco by Kumi Tanioka plays in dripstone caves, groves, jagged peaks, and snowy slopes. And 4 other songs have been added to the list of songs that play in biomes that do not have a specific music set. Komorebi by Kumi Tanioka. Puzzle Box by Aaron Sheriff. Watcher by Aaron Sheriff. And Jakusoku by Kumi Tanioka. All these background tracks have also been added to the main menu music, replacing the previous update tracks there. And in the user interface, the main menu background is now a tricky trials panorama featuring a trial chamber. Tooltips now get updated properly when switching languages, and realms confirmation screens have been turned into pop-ups, including a new one for trying to open a realm from an incompatible version. This version makes everything that was previously in the experimental Update 121 pack into regular features of the game. That includes the trial chamber structure with its trial spawners, trial keys and vaults, ominous events and the 4 new potion effects, the bogged and the breeze mobs with the breeze rods and wind charges, heavy cores, the maze and its 3 new enchantments. Oh yeah, and also the tough and tough brick set of blocks, the copper block sets for doors, trapdoors, copper grates, chiseled copper and copper bulbs. 2 new banner patterns, 3 new pottery shards, 2 new armor trims, 8 new advancements, and, of course, the crafter. Some changes to these things in the snapshot too. In trial chambers, many bugs with the generation setups have been fixed, and various tweaks have been made to the layout of corridors and intersections. There are new entrance variations, and there are now empty chests in the corridor entrances, and there's a new trap dispenser style. Spider and slime spawners are now in the melee category, and you can no longer get rotten flesh as a reward from a trial spawner. Trial spawners can now also be activated in peaceful difficulty. Ominous trial spawners that spawn mobs that can't wear equipment now spawn twice the amount of mobs throughout the challenge to up the difficulty. XP bottles are no longer a possible projectile choice for ominous item spawners, and arrows spawned from ominous item spawners in ominous trials can no longer be picked up. In ominous vaults, you are now slightly more likely to get a mace enchantment as loot. A change has been made to the new copper doors and trapdoors, which are now crafted from copper ingots instead of copper blocks. This also means that you can no longer craft the oxidized version of those blocks. You need to craft them before letting them oxidize. For fighting in those trial chambers, when holding an axe and a shield, the game no longer prioritizes scraping copper blocks over holding up the shield. Drinking a single ominous bottle in survival mode now grants the correct amplifier of Bad Omen. The smash attack of a maze no longer knocks back your own pets. Arrows bouncing off a breeze no longer spam a sound, and breezes now handle the mob griefing game rule correctly, no longer extinguishing lit candles or activating redstone components. The knockback of projectiles has been changed to no longer be dependent on the shooter's position. Projectiles from dispensers now knock back mobs correctly. Knockback from splash potions is no longer dependent on the direction you are facing when you threw the potion. Firework explosions now knock back from the explosion instead of from the owner. And knockback is now in the correct direction from projectiles deflected by a breeze. A default world that is recreated no longer shows up as a custom type. This version features a data-driven enchantment system, which I'll get into in my video about the data pack changes, but with that also comes lots of bug fixes to enchantments. Weapons enchanted with fire aspect can now be used to light candles on fire like was previously possible only in the Bedrock edition. In the hand of a mob, a fire aspect weapon no longer sets you on fire even if you block the attack with a shield. But some mobs that could previously not use fire aspect when attacking now can. A number of fixes have been made to sweeping attacks, so they now properly ignite mobs when combined with fire aspect, deal the right amount of damage when combined with mob-type specific enchantments like Smite, and properly trigger Thorns. Speaking of Thorns, many mob types that were unaffected by Thorns now are, including Guardians, Goats, Evokers, Llamas, Cats, and Ocelots. A few fixes for offhand errors, including a Riptide Trident held in the offhand applying mace effects from the main hand weapon, and the slowness effect from Bane of Arthropods in the offhand applying to the main hand attack. Yes, Bane of Arthropods also applies a slow effect. Arrows no longer lose their punch effect when unloaded and reloaded. Frostwalker Eyes now properly melt. And lots of fixes for Soul Speed. Putting on or taking off Soul Speed boots now immediately grants or removes the effect, and you can no longer keep the effect by bridging with other blocks. Jumping on Soul Sand no longer uses up durability of Soul Speed boots. Riding a minecart no longer uses up durability of Soul Speed boots, and the field of view now switches properly when riding an animal and wearing Soul Speed boots. The Soul Escapes sound is no longer spammed at volume 0, causing lots of subtitles but no sound, and the particles now properly show up for other players in multiplayers and no longer spam extra particles when walking next to lava. And finally, Silk Touch is no longer artificially restricted from existing together with Looting or Luck of the Sea. Advancement fixes in this version: the Flow and Bolt armor trims now grant the Crafting a New Look advancement. How Did We Get Here now also requires Infested, Oozing, Weaving, Wind-Charged, Raid Omen and Trial Omen, in addition to everything it already required. A Furious Cocktail now requires Infested, Oozing, Weaving and Wind-Charged. Using a normal trial key on an ominous vault no longer grants the Underlocking Key advancement, and the Who Needs Rocket advancement can no longer be cheesed by using Slow Falling. In visual news, the Maze Smash Attack particles can now be properly reduced with the Particles setting. In sound news, using an Eye of Ender now only plays the sound once. Breezes now make the deflection sound properly, and hitting a wind charge or fireball now makes a sound again. Buttons and levers now make sounds when toggled by wind charges, and when a wind charge is fired from a dispenser, it now makes the right sound. The sounds for drinking an ominous bottle and getting Bad Omen have been updated. And so has the Raid Omen sound. Instability and performance news: upgrading a world from before 1.20.5 no longer removes the sweeping enchantment from some custom items created using commands, and a lag spike when opening the creative inventory for the first time has been fixed. This version also comes with a huge new system for data-driven enchantments and data-driven paintings in Datapack version 42, so look forward to a separate video for that here on the channel. It also bumps the resource pack version to 33 for addition of the new textures for music discs, as well as the removal of the Bad Omen 121 texture. But that'll do it for this video. My name is Slicelime, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.